Okay, so this is Paul Auster, prolific and experimental man of letters and filmmaker. Dies at 77. Okay. And how do you pronounce the name? Let's go over here and check it out. How do you pronounce Paul Auster?
Paul Auster.
Okay, I got it right.
Paul Auster.
American writer and film director. Okay, since I'm there, let me go ahead and grab that, copy it, and go over here. Okay, I'll open up these base ciphers right here. This is gematria. It breaks down, or, wow, look at that. So anyways, it applies the numeric value, right? The alphabet forwards, reverse, and then you get reduction with both ciphers right there. Wow, right away you get 308, like 38, murder, death, killing, RIP, and murder and morgue equal 83, and you get 187. And we know 187 is a murder code. I know because of Snoop Dogg. He had the song with Dr. Dre back in the day, 187 on a undercut. Go look into that. So that's interesting. Now let's go back over here. All right, we'll play this.
Now, he is the man behind the New York Trilogy, as well as a string of others noirish existentialist novels about lonely writers, outsiders, and down and outers that have been a huge hit, notably across Europe. Now, though, Paul Auster, the prolific American novelist, has died of complications from lung cancer at the age of 77, surrounded by his family. His more than 30 books in all have been translated, would you?
They like to say surrounded by their family recently, and that can mean that multiple things went down, right? Just saying.
Into more than 40 different languages. One big reader is France 24's Oliver Farry, and he's joining me here on set once again. Oliver, this is the loss, isn't it, of a real literary giant?
Yeah, it's very much a cliche to say it, but Paul
And hopefully this video is okay to play, but we'll go ahead and take a chance.
Auster was one of a kind, and not so much because of what he wrote. There are plenty of more experimentally inclined writers in the US, but he was probably the only one, or one of the very few, that actually managed to make bestsellers out of it. And of course, you mentioned there the New York Trilogy, the 1989 novel, which was the one that really propelled him.
And what did we just cover yesterday? The Dead Poets Society synced up with Taylor Swift's new album, released in 89. Taylor Swift born in 89.
Into the international limelight. He was probably not quite as decorated as other writers that of his own generation, or like his fellow native of Newark, New Jersey, Philip Roth. Auster was often the bridesmaid rather than the bride in international awards. He did win the Penn Faulkner Award in 1991 for his novel, The Music of Chance. His novels were, as I said, slightly experimental. They tended to focus on things that an awful lot of American writers weren't really looking at, very inflected by European fiction, with good reason, because he started off as a translator from French. In his own life, he was also a screenwriter and a filmmaker. He made 3 films. They weren't quite up to the standard of his books, it has to be said. He also, in recent times, he was hit by tragedy. He lost his son to a drug overdose
Oh, yeah.
in 2022.
All right, so we're going to get into that a little bit. All right, and let's look at these films, and maybe we'll revisit this in a bit, but what films did Paul Auster direct? The Inner Life.
Paul Auster
Oh, okay.
directed Blue in the Face, Lulu on the Bridge, and The Inner Life of Martin Frost.
Okay, and I'm sure those movies are gonna have some interesting plots, if you say, right? So okay, you see that. We'll go over here now, and we're gonna get into the decode. What I do
Just
is I break down these stories. All right, I find them suspicious. I see a lot of patterns. I use the calculator that I showed you. as well, because the numbers, it's some good evidence, right? And we'll see how a lot of this stuff syncs up. I believe these articles are just pumped out by the numbers, like insert here, and history just repeats just to keep the world the same throughout history, right? So called the dean of American postmodernists and the most meta of American meta fictional writers, Auster blended history, politics, genre experiments, existential quests, and self-conscious references to writers and writing. The New York Trilogy, which included City of Glass, Ghosts, and The Locked Room, was a postmodern detective saga in which names and identities blur, and one protagonist is a private eye named Paul Auster. The brief travels in the scriptorium, wraps a story inside a story as a political prisoner, finds himself compelled to read a series of narratives by fellow victims that will eventually include his own. Very interesting. And I just pulled that up on Google. Each story starts with an intriguing start. This is a review. A wrong phone call, a mysterious case, a missing best friend, and these keep me flipping the pages. What's the point of this book? Here's another review here. It is the book about absurdity of life, about the city which binds them all together. It is full of mystery, haunting. Okay, intriguing. So this character, Paul Auster, prolific and experimental man of letters and filmmaker, you see, dies at 77. Now that's the 78th year of life, because when you're born, you're 0. You live a year and then you turn 1, but it's your second year of life. So he's dead in his 78th year of life. And we'll get into what we believe may be the cause of what they're going to let us know here. Right? So you have 78 date numerology. 4/30/2024. That's the death date. I'll pull that up and show you. And his last name, Auster, equals 78. If you reverse the alphabet and apply, Z is 1, A is 26, right? And let me show you the death date. Paul Auster death date. You see it right there. And killing equals 43. So you get April 30th. That was yesterday. Today's May 5th, right? So 430 breaks down to a 43, because 0, you can look at it as no value when you're dealing with this stuff, right? And you see 43, and there's that 38 that we connected earlier, right? You see that right there. Okay. All right. So let me go back over here now. All right. So back over here. Okay. I was going to look up something else there, but I don't know. I forgot. But excuse me. Look. Oh, I know what. Lung cancer. It says cause of death, lung cancer. Wow, and that hits again later on. Lung cancer equals 44, like cancer. You see that? We use 4 ciphers. Here's 3 of them here. Just forwards and reverse with the alphabet, and then reduction to both, where you just reduce it at the 10th letter, and you just add the 2 digits and reduce, and then you just add up the single digits. So look, lung cancer, you get 44 in reduction, 44 in ordinal, forwards, and 172 in reverse, and prolific and experimental man of letters. That's interesting. 172, prolific and experimental man of letters and filmmaker. Okay, we'll take a look at that. But you know what? Kill equals 44. So we just take the ing. Kill has the 44 right there. Okay, now let's go over here. Right here, I'll share that. Why was Paul Auster known for letters? Let's see. Is it he has the book 4321, which is interesting, right? Let's go back over here. Scroll down. Look at this. Or numbers, excuse me. Does it say letters in the title? Oh, that's interesting, huh? It says letters in the title, and then look at this. The New York Trilogy right here, he's known for. Okay? It says prize winning man of letters and filmmaker known for such inventive narratives, meta narratives as the New York Trilogy and 4321. That's interesting, though. Man of letters, a prolific prize winning man of letters. That's very interesting. Auster's death was confirmed Wednesday by his literary representatives, the Carol Mann Agency, which did not immediately provide details. No coincidence. Auster had been diagnosed with cancer in 2022. Okay, starting in the 70s, he completed more than 30 books. Oh, I guess maybe because the books, letters, words, maybe. Let me see if there's more to that, though. Like, I learn on the fly as well, y'all. I don't know everything in the world, all right? Uh, there are people out there who, I better or else. But let me look at this again. Paul Auster. Let me ask again. Why did they call Paul Auster a man of letters? Okay. Auster was so much the old fashioned author that he worked on a typewriter and disdained email and other forms of electronic communication. I don't blame him. But that would be kind of hard to do this for you now, wouldn't it? But he did have an unusually active film career compared to his writing peers. Okay, so I guess that's interesting that it says he was named a Chevalier, and I just did the Cavaliers decode, Cleveland and the Orlando Magic. And look, you get French right there. That's wow. I just did the New Orleans decode last night. The French Quarter, founded by the French. That's interesting. All right, so back over here. Okay. And that's interesting. You see the flag right there because he's dead at 77 and United States equals 77. Donald Trump is 77 currently. And look at the New York Trilogy here. City of Glass, Ghosts, and The Locked Room. You get 504 if you run the alphabet in reverse, just like that. That's how they put it, too. It's right over here at the beginning. Let me show you again. Right there. City of Glass, Ghosts, and The Locked Room. Exactly how they put it. I just throw it in the calculator and it converts it for me with the alphabet in reverse. 504, prolific and experimental man of letters and filmmaker. 504. And again, that's right in our title here. Okay, you see it right there. Right? And that lands. Okay? All right, so back over here. All right. And before I go forward, you got a little glance there. Let's pull up 4321 real quick. 4321. Right here, let me click on it, is a novel by Paul Auster published in January 2017. Interesting because kill equals 17. All right. At the time of its publication, it was the first new Auster novel to have appeared in 7 years. This is about 4 parallel lives of Archibald Archie Ferguson, born of Russian Jewish descent in New Jersey in 1947. Trump equals 47. Okay. And you saw the flag, dead at 77. Trump's age 77. United States equals 77, right? Given the same start point for each of the 4 lives, and United States and US both equal 40, and US equals 4 as well. Okay? It follows that the paths diverge as a result of random events which lead to Archie to follow a different route. And that's amazing because we're dealing with these letters and numbers here, aren't we? All right, you see that? That's interesting. Okay, so let me go back to the decode over here. All right, and we'll full screen this. All right, so look. And Trump also equals 88, y'all. I don't think I want to put Trump in the. Wow, he's. Okay, he's born in 47. Wow. Okay, so he's born in 47. That's amazing. Because Trump, like I said, equals 47. Oh, wow, that's amazing. Okay, and we hit on that over there. And Trump equals 88, y'all. Whew, Trump equals 88 like filmmaker, an 88-day span from the birthday to the death date, including both the start and the end date. Wow, and his birthday is February 3rd, 2/3, and Donald equals 23. Okay. Eee. I mean, it shows that everything's connected by numbers, and you did see that flag. So I'm hitting on this live right now, even though it's recorded. Look at the 88 with Trump. There's that 47. And with the birthday with this character, 2/3, February 3rd, the second month and the third day, there's Donald equaling 23. And it just shows once again how everything is synced together. We have a selection this year. Wow, okay. Let's see if that lands anywhere else. But you see right there, 88-day span, filmmaker 88, the birthday to the death date, right? And what about this? This is a wow factor. Okay? His birthday, the 34th day of the year. He dies yesterday, the 30th day of the fourth month. Drop the zero, because it's zero, right? 34. Author equals 34. Filmmaker and book equal 43. The reverse of 34. And I showed you killing equaled 43 as well. And I mean, murder and morgue do equal 34. A lot of those numbers here. Murder, 34. Look at the 83 and the 38. Again, murder, death, killing, RIP, murder, and morgue have the 83. Murder, and there's morgue right there with the 34. And you see similar numbers, right? Look at author has that 83. Wow, look at that match. Wow, okay. Let me remove that. Let me remove that. That. Trump can stay. Wow, that's amazing. Author is a complete match. Perfect in the four ciphers with morgue. The numbers are just shifted around the ciphers. Murder, you get the 79, 34, and 83. Just no 29, but then you get that 29 in Trump. Wow. Okay. So I might have to toss. Is there another connection there with Trump other than everything's connected by numbers? I don't know, but let's move forward here. You know what? And the 200 and if you were to look, oh, okay, I don't need to say that. We're good. We're good. Let's go forward. So Auster married fellow author Siri Husvet. Wow, I'm gonna have to. Let me see how to pronounce that. How do you pronounce Siri Husvet? Ah, I knew it wasn't gonna get right. And you got Siri in the name, huh? Here you go. Let's try this. All right, let's play this. Are we gonna get an ad? Is it gonna play at all? Husved. That's probably it, right? Okay, so I guess it doesn't want to play. That's all right. Let me refresh that. Maybe, let's see if that helps. If not, we'll roll with Husved, which it kind of looks like. And it looks like we're going to roll with it. Okay, it looks like we're gonna roll with it. So we'll just go back over here, and we'll just open back. We'll open it back up. So no disrespect if I pronounce it wrong. So he married her in '82, had a daughter, Sophie, who appeared in The Inner Life of Martin Frost. That's the movie. They said one of his movies, right? He also had a son, Daniel, from an earlier marriage to the author translator Lydia Davis. Daniel Auster would struggle with drug addiction and die of an overdose. And again, we're going to get into that a little bit. Shortly after being charged with second-degree manslaughter, that's his son, in the death of his infant daughter, Ruby. And his son is no longer with us, okay? Daniel, we'll remember that name. It's coming up. So look at the wife's name when you run the alphabet forwards. Siri Husved. I know how to copy and paste it, may not know how to pronounce it. 174 ordinal forwards with the alphabet. The Dean of American Postmodernists, 174 reverse reduction. What would be the odds of that? You see it right there in the story. Called the Dean of American Postmodernists and the most meta of American meta fictional writers. Okay. And her name equals 78, right? Here's the sun, and it's the same reverse reduction ciphers, 78. Okay. And remember, and there's the son's death. He never commented publicly, but the character is dead in the 78th year of life, right? And you see it again right there. Dead at 77, 78th year of life. 78 date numerology yesterday, 4/30/2024. The date added up. And Auster Z is 1A is 26. 78, right? Okay. But it says Paul Auster never commented publicly on his son's death, but he had written often about parenthood and the invention of solitude. Published in 1982, he reflected on the thousands of hours he spent with Daniel in the first 3 years of his life and wondered whether they mattered. It will be lost forever, Auster wrote. All these things will vanish from the boy's memory forever. And so, born in New Jersey, Paul Benjamin Auster grew up in a middle class Jewish home, torn between his father's thrift to the point of miserliness. Wow, I haven't heard of that one. And his mother's urge to spend to the point of recklessness. He would soon feel like an outsider in his family, soured by their materialism and more inspired by James Joyce's Ulysses or the tales of Edgar Allan Poe than by the security of a traditional job. I can't say I disagree. Okay? Can't say I. But so is that his full name? Paul Auster's full name? And it puts, and it, of course, it does that. Paul Auster. All right. You get Benjamin. I missed the full name. Let's go. And we're looking. Let's see if we get some of these. If we see some of these patterns with these numbers. Okay, we kind of know what we're looking for here. You get 113, and that is the number for dishonesty. And politics equals 113. Joe Biden hit the Senate on 1/3. 67, like blood sacrifice. Look at that. And that's going to connect later. Let's, wow. Let's just try Benjamin. Okay, not seeing, let's see. The middle name. All right, that doesn't match anything here. So, okay, we got the full name. Now let's go back over here. And it's no coincidence that Daniel, the son, look at on the calendar here. So he died, so his father dies 4 days after the anniversary of the son's death. Look at that. And the son dies on the 117th day of the year. Kill equals 17. And it says in the spring of 2022, his son Daniel Auster, age 44, died of a drug overdose. Kill equals 44. And to go with the 4 days um, after the anniversary of Daniel's death, his father now dies. You see that? And again, US equals 4 and 40, United States equals 40, right? So this is all just numbers here. And it says 11 days after being charged in the death of his 10-month-old daughter, Ruby. And 11 equals DC, right? That's, no, sympathy. Sympathy, again, we know people do lose their lives, right? I don't want to act like I know everything, right? I do these numbers, I show interesting connections. This is a little girl here. Okay, I don't see where the name matches anything there. All right. Let's see where the name matches anything there. Let's go back over here. And these numbers do not lie, okay? All right. So we're back. Here we are again right here. Okay, so the death date of the father, Paul, filmmaker, director, right? April 30th. Okay. The 121st day of the year. And I mentioned blood sacrifice earlier. Look at that. Blood sacrifice equals 121, dead on the 121st day of the year, April 30th. And books. Look at the 86 to get rid of with blood sacrifice. And I'll show you how that connects as well. I just caught that towards the end. Look at books. It's an author. They say a novelist or whatever, however you want to put it, right? Books equals 62. Sacrifice has the 62, okay? But there's the 17, like kill in books. Sacrifice has the 73, like books. I'll break away and show you that. Books has the 28, like kill. Okay, and again, books 62 and 73. Wow, and it's going to hit with the 170, like 17 as well. So let me go show you that. Okay, so books 62, 17, and 73, and there's the 28 again, like kill. 62, 17, and 73 focus on. Sacrifice 62, 73, 170, like 17. And go ahead and say it. The 46th president right now, Joe Biden, Bo Biden died at 46, and Catholic equals 46. Joe Biden with the birthday 2 days before the assassination of the other Catholic president in history, JFK, right? Okay, back over here. Okay, sympathy with the daughter. I didn't go super deep on that with the daughter. Oh, let me show you the 86. Well, we know it means to get rid of. You see it right there. Let's pull up that 4321 right here. Let me scroll down. Let me pull up Wikipedia right here. And look, again, published in 2017. Sacrifice 170, kill 17, right? And you get 117. That's Michelle. Is that Michelle Obama's birthday? And more politics? But 117 is like 17. Hold on. Michelle Obama's birthday.
According to
117. And there's the
Wikipedia, Michelle
64
LaVaughn
like
Obama, née
kill.
Robinson, born January 17, 1964, is an American attorney and
Hmm.
author who served as the First Lady of the United States from 2009 to
Wow.
2017, being married to former President Barack Obama.
And there's that 46 reflection, and 64 equals kill, as well as that 44, right? That we saw. Is it kill 64? Yeah, but it's a reflection of the 46. And that's amazing because we just hit on that on the fly, and then there's the 117, and you get more politics. Wow. And there that is again. Whoa. Okay, so now let me go back over there. Okay. There's the full name. 4321 Wikipedia. Okay, back to the novel here. Scroll down, look, 866 pages, like 86 to get rid of. You see that? Auster worked on the book 7 days a week for 3 years. Sacrifice equaled 73, remember? Just like books. And there's that 86, and it's all in the same slide, y'all. It's all in the same slide right there, books. With the 73, if I said it wrong, well, here's the verification that all still lands. Look at that. In blood sacrifice 86. Dead on the 121st day of the year. Wowza. Sympathy, sympathy, sympathy there with any innocent victims in the world that do pass. Again, these numbers aren't lying though, and I'm showing it. All right, this is what I do. So what's going on, and where's the little girl at? Okay, I've been deceived in my life, and I know that these stories are deceiving, and there's narratives and agendas, and they double speak and they cover up. Look at what's going on in the world currently with Diddy. Every news is about some form of child abuse. All right, and it's disgusting, and I'm going to keep doing this because I want to shed light on it. Right, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to go run out there and scream in people's faces. Okay, this is how I choose to do this. Okay, hopefully this leads to more everything that's done in the dark will come to the light, y'all. Baby girl there. Oh man. And I don't know if that's the girlfriend or not. I'm not 100% sure, but this pulled up here. I don't know if that's the girlfriend of Daniel or not, but anyways, here's Ruby. R.I.P. right there. All right, and we'll play a little bit of this and then wrap it up.
No, he is the man behind the New York Trilogy, as well as a string of others noirish existentialist novels about lonely writers, outsiders, and down and outers that have been a huge hit, notably across Europe. Now, though, Paul Auster,
And we'll fast
prolific
forward to
American
some of the
novelist, has
footage we
died of
didn't
complications
catch.
from lung cancer.
Translator from French. In his own life, he was also a screenwriter and a filmmaker. He made 3 films. They weren't quite up to the standard of his.
He's well known in the UK, other Anglo countries, but he's so well known, isn't he, across Europe and here in France as well?
That's right. And it's not unusual for American writers to be more popular in France than in the US. But Paul Auster and Lydia Davis is also.
So where was he born? Where was Paul Auster born?
April 30th, 2024, Brooklyn, New York,
Okay,
was an
Newark, New
American
Jersey.
novelist, essayist, translator, screenwriter, and poet whose complex novels, several of which are mysteries, are often concerned with the search for identity and personal meaning.
That's interesting. Okay, let's enter Newark, New Jersey, how they put it. Okay, not noticing much there. I'm looking for certain numbers here. There's 27 like Ritual with New York. Let's write out New Jersey. 83, there's that 83 like Author, Murder, and Morgue. And that 38 Reflection, right? Murder, Death, Killing, RIP, all of that. Let's just put New Jersey. Look at the 43. Dead, 4/30, and 119 is the 911 reflection for emergency. There's that 47 once again. Right there. Was he born in 47? But again, Trump equals 47, right? And New Jersey 43, killing 43. We can get rid of that. Block. All of that. And they mentioned France even with 47. They said popular in France. You heard it in the video. And I think he was born in 47. Let me check that again. There's There's the son. So the son even died at 44 with the kill connection, 45th year of life, ritual equals 44. Paul Auster, birthday. And it's that
February
47
3rd,
again with Donald
1947.
equaling
According
23.
to Britannica, Paul Auster, born February
Died in
3rd,
Brooklyn.
1947, Newark, New Jersey, U.S., died April 30th, 2024.
He died in Brooklyn. Brooklyn's got the 40. Brooklyn's got the 40, like US equals 40 and 4, United States equals 40. Right there. Uh oh. All right. And look, dead in the 4th month, I forgot to mention. Now we're into May. All right. So that connects as well. Okay. So we can wrap it up.
No, he's
Here's a little bit here. His other works included the nonfiction compilations Groundwork, Talking to Strangers, Family Memoir, The Invention of Solitude, a biography of novelist Stephen Crane, the novels Leviathan, if I said that right, and Talking to Strangers and poetry collection White Space. In his most recent novel, Baumgartner, the title character is a widowed professional haunted by mortality and asking himself where his mind will be taking him next. Auster was so much the old fashioned author that he worked on a typewriter. Okay, we touched on that earlier. And then there's a whole lot of that going on there. It says the 4 times I've worked on movies. You get another 4. I've never had a problem talking to actors, Auster told director Wim Wenders during a 2017 conversation. That number 17's popping a lot. In the 90s, in the mid 1990s, Auster collaborated with director Wayne Wang. Wow, they put everything in the language, don't they? On the acclaimed art house film Smoke, an adaptation of Auster's humorous story about a Brooklyn cigar shop and a certain customer named Paul. Interesting. All right. Well, he kind of looks familiar. Kind of looks like somebody else. I can't think of it right now. Maybe this is him with his son. Possibly, yeah, that pulled up right there. Daniel. Okay, there's the wife. Now, are they? Is it his current wife? Let me clear that up real quick. Let me just open this up and see if it tells me right here. Spouse. Yeah, it says spouse. Yep, up into the death. And here's his. Look at his former spouse, 74, the 47 reflection. They got married. And killing equals 74, right? And we're hitting on the 47. Look, they were married till 79, murder and morgue. And you see some of the other books here, right? Okay, let's. Who's this former wife? Let's see. Lydia Davis, right here. 77th year of life again. Unite. So he's dead at 77. She's in her 77th year of life. Look at her birthday. Look at she's born in 47 as well, like him, and Trump equals 47. Wow, that connection's been hitting the whole decode. I didn't even try. And you know what? She's got the last name Davis. Keefe D. Davis, they say, synced up with Tupac's murders. He's got the same birthday as Trump. Wow. And look at her birthday over here on the right, the 15th day of the 7th month. United States equals 157. And so does Death Hoax. Look at that. And there's that 40 I've been talking about. There's the 77. Death Hoax. 157. And damn, it's got the 40 and the 86. Holy crap. 866 pages. 4321. Woo! I'm just barely getting familiar with the character, y'all. I hope it's landing. It's landing over here. Man, we got to put her name in there, I think, now, huh? Wow. Let's go back over here. Might as well. Let's put her name in. And we'll see what we get there. Let's see. 43, his death date. 4/30. Drop the 0. Wow. 43 like New Jersey, right? Was that where he was born again? Or where he died? One or the other, right? 43 like killing. And I think that 43 hits more. It's for some reason it's not showing. Let's go over here. Author 34, The Reflection. Book 43. Murder in Morgue 34. Damn. And there's the agency with Trump's birthday right there. Carol Mann Agency. Wow. And there's probably more. I'm almost sure there's more. Filmmaker 43. Again, the death date 4/30 like 43. Damn. And there's the killing right there. That's wow. Okay. Ooh, that might be the thumbnail. Yep. Think I found my thumbnail right there. All right, and we'll just run it back like that. Nice and smooth. And sympathy with the daughter there. Sympathy with anybody who dies, but they're not going to give us the whole truth about what's happening with the little ones, and it pisses me off. Right? They're just going to sweep everything under the rug, keep doing the same thing, and make the mainstream think that everything's been handled. And again, 34 numerology on the last birthday, February 3rd. All of that, you see it right there. I gotta. Okay, so that'll be the thumbnail, and I'm gonna have to put some political stuff in it. I can maybe I can. Let me see. Let me ask Google real quick. Did Paul Auster have an opinion on politics?
According to Wikipedia, Auster characterized his politics as far to the left of the Democratic Party, but said he voted Democratic because he doubted a socialist candidate could win. He described right-wing Republicans as jihadists, and the election of Donald Trump as the most appalling thing I've seen in politics in my life.
Describe the right-wing Republicans as jihadists and the election of Donald Trump. Ooh. That might be the thumbnail right there. Damn, that other one looked nice though, huh? Maybe the other one, and I tossed Trump in there somehow. And Biden, right? Shit. Let me pull them up at least, right? Donald Trump. Wow. Okay, so let me verify some of that stuff that we hit on. Age, now he's entered the decode. 77 years old, like United States. And our character dead at age 77 here. There's the birthday. Wow, he's born in 46 too. That was hitting, and kill equals 64. We had kill sync up everywhere. Look at the birthday, 14th day of the 6th month, right there. Now we have 146. When I scroll down right here, Carol Mann Agency equals 146, and I'll show you that over here in the story. Right here. The death was confirmed Wednesday by Carol Mann Agency, which did not immediately provide additional details. Okay, but now cancer, right? Lung cancer. What does lung equal? Are we going to get a 34 and 43 or 1? No. Wow, lung equals 54. Look, lung equals 54, and we had 2 504s. Remember? Right there, City of Glass Ghosts. City of Glass, Ghosts, and The Lock Room. 504 in reverse, prolific and experimental man of letters and filmmaker. 504, like 54. Lung checks in with the 54, and you see it right there, exactly how they put it. Okay, y'all. My first time learning about the character. I hope, I hope I did well presenting it to y'all so you can see it. It doesn't have to be something that we're familiar with, right? It's all of these stories. I enjoy a challenge, right? If anybody has any requests, let me know. If anybody wants to join a live stream and do a live stream with me, or if you just want to join it, listen, you don't have to talk, right? Or if you want to listen and add to it, you can. Okay, that's fine. If you want to pick the story, you can, right? And I mean, obviously, no shenanigans. None of that will be tolerated. But I'm a real person. I got all of y'all's back. This is what I do, and we can learn together, right? We can all connect. Let's connect on another level. If anybody wants, you can hit me up Instagram. The link's on the Math 2Con channel, okay? To the direct message, MATH, the number 2CON. And the link should be on that channel. We add a 2 at the end, Math 2Con 2. We have that channel as well if you want to subscribe. It's kind of slowing down quite a bit. I may not post over there for a while. I may have to think of another strategy with it. But we have Daily Decodes 81, which is doing very well with our trending news. This is going to remain there. And the Math 2Con channel, it's kind of like in retirement over there. I'll still post on it and then remove them just to draw people in, because it says there's some subscribers on that channel, is what it says. So I'll utilize it for that. So Paul Auster, prolific and experimental man of letters and filmmaker, dies at 77. Sympathy with any deaths in the world, but again, suspect of these stories. Man of letters. I showed you with letters and numbers, right? Very suspicious on top of suspicious. Until next time.